Fórmula 1 tem uma exigência absurda. Não sei se você sabe, o piloto tem uma frequência média de 180 batimentos por minuto. É uma loucura, com picos de 220, 230. E apesar de ele estar num carro aberto, o calor é muito grande. Então a exigência do piloto é completamente diferente de qualquer esporte. É muito estressante. Havia sofrimento, claro. Trabalhávamos a 1h da tarde, que é horário de verão, para pegar o maior calor. Porque pro Ayrton interessava, lá na Fórmula 1, quando a competição era extremamente desgastante. Quanto pior, melhor. Por quê? Porque ele estava muito mais preparado do que as outras pessoas, do que os outros pilotos, que na época não se dedicavam ao trabalho com o corpo, com a mente, com as emoções, com o espírito. Por isso, ele se tornou imbatível. Eu lembro quando começamos com a meditação, ele tinha uma dificuldade muito grande de não pensar. Tinha assim achava terrivelmente difícil fazer isso. No entanto, ele se envolveu tanto com esse processo de meditação que ele conseguiu momentos de uma profundidade mental tão eloquente que atingia níveis inigualáveis de profundidade, que ajudava muito nas tomadas de tempo, ajudava muito nos seus recordes, nas suas vitórias, porque a concentração dele era máxima devido a esse trabalho de meditação, de respiração, de relaxamento.
Monaco was a special place for Senna. He shot to fame by nearly winning the race in his debut season and would go on to take victory in the Principality a record 6 times. On his first outing in a McLaren, however, Prost thought he had him on the ropes.
In Monaco, where he was not very good into the weekend, was the first Thursday was ahead of him, and Saturday almost the whole day I was ahead of him until the last qualifying lap where just like this, and he went quick, and he got the pole for just a little bit, but I could not imagine that he could come back just like this, because he was not going that well. And he said in a press conference that he went outside the car and he looked at the car, how the car was behaving on the track, and then realizing what he was doing wrong and or what was wrong, came back in the car and drove at the perfection, in a perfect lap. For me, it was very difficult to hear that. In fact, it looks like everybody needed a guy like that. He was different. I was too boring, and he was different.
Once you're in it, and you've got to go all the way to the end, because you commit yourself to such a level where there is no compromising. You give everything you have, everything, absolutely everything. And sometimes you find even more, because it requires more if you want still to be ahead, if you want to win.
The uncanny will to win that he had, I've never seen it in any other sportsman. I certainly haven't been connected to anybody that had that fear, determination to succeed and to win. It was just like Alan Prost said, for Ayrton, he is willing to risk that little bit more than any one of us will do. And maybe, for him, be second, he was the first of the losers. He just hated that. It was nothing for him but winning.
Losing for him was already bad, and losing against me was really the worst thing he could have. And that's why his whole motivation was to beat me.
And I can remember we went to the Bercy karting event, and he was there watching on the big screen Alan Prost driving in the kart, and he never took his eyes off that, and he watched Alan Prost driving a go-kart.
He knew that to be world champion, he had to beat Alain, because he was number one at the time. I remember one race, and I think it was the Belgium Grand Prix. Ayrton always used to try so hard in qualify that after qualifying, he just, before he took his overalls, he sit in the corner of the track and he just gets all his adrenaline back. Alain and I were looking at the times, and Alain said, I just can't believe how he could be so quick. Where is he beating me? Anywhere else, but here, I always quick here. How he can be? And then as I look at Ayrton was sitting up and he looked at me and he winked an eye, and I thought that he just felt so satisfied I have beat Alain, and he had recognized that I'm quicker than him, and it was so, for him that was kind of a stage in his career, and he thought, well, I can now begin to think of being world champion.
When Ayrton came along in his footsteps, his approach was in many ways similar. It was cerebral. That means he used his head at all times. But he did so with more dash and determination than you ever saw in Alain. Alain had plenty of determination. He never exposed it. Ayrton, it was all about drive and courage and let's go for it. We'll just leave the rest to me when he was in the car.